A lot of you have asked what's the best day of the week to go dumpster diving and what's the best time of day. I know a lot of dumpster divers prefer to go in the middle of the night because they want to avoid running into anybody. For us, middle of the night is pretty much impossible because we're tired and we're sleeping and we have little kids at home and you can't see in the middle of the night in the dark. Take it away, honey.
Every store is different just about. Aldi, I like going early morning in the winter or before it opens, or I like going right after they dump the stuff into the dumpster.
What time of day is that?
I happened to be driving by one day and they brought a shopping cart out at right around 5 o'clock. So I watched and she just dumped meat and milk and everything, 5 o'clock. So I waited till she left, and that's when I realized there's someone parked next to me doing the same thing.
Also waiting.
Yes, so as soon as she left, he and I shared. That was when I was sharing my grabber, because he wanted chicken. I already had tons of chicken, so I'm grabbing chicken for him.
So do you think that 5 o'clock in the afternoon is a standard time for many Aldis to dump their garbage? Like, is it a shift change time or a policy and procedures time of day where they take out the garbage?
No, I don't think so. I've noticed that different Aldis throw the trash out at different times.
I think with Aldi, one, they throw away their returns, so every store is going to get different returns, so you'll get some variability there. But I think also they have a regular schedule of when things arrive at the store, and I think they just throw out what they have. So let's say they haven't sold all their cantaloupes, but it's cantaloupe delivery day and new cantaloupes have arrived. The old ones are just going to go in the trash. So basically, the answer is we can't really give you an answer of what is the best day of the week or the best time of day because it really depends on your store. You need to know when garbage is picked up locally for you. If trash is collected Tuesday mornings, then Tuesday afternoon is not a good time for you to go dumpster diving, but Monday evening might be a great time to go dumpster diving. Another question we get asked frequently is, have we ever gotten sick from dumpster food? And I think we have discussed this before, but there are a lot of new viewers, and hey, welcome to you all. No, we've never gotten sick from dumpster food. Not ever.
Never.
Ever. The only times I've gotten food poisoning were from restaurant food, where professional food handlers are supposed to know how to not contaminate the food and give Amy explosive diarrhea. So no, we've never gotten sick from dumpster food. It's fairly easy to discern the moldy tomato from the fresh, plump, juicy, okay tomato, and you can tell when produce is getting kind of shrivelly. And let's say you get a cantaloupe and it's a little questionable. You cut it open, give it a sniff, try it, and if it tastes like sweet, fresh cantaloupe, then pretty much you proceed and eat it. Meat you can tell because of the smell. Pretty much if it smells good, you're moving forward and trying it. Meat that's going bad, you can tell by the smell, the color starts to change, it gets slimy. One time recently, I felt kind of sick to my stomach, and I thought, well, that's it. I've finally done it. I've eaten the poisoned dumpster food. Apparently this is how I'm gonna die. My stomach really, really hurt. After I passed gas, I felt much better. It wasn't that it was poisoned dumpster food. Gas can be very painful. I have to tell you, I must tell you this. When I was a teenager, I have to tell you, yes. When I was a teenager, I don't know why. I don't know why if I was a particularly gassy teenager, I don't know what was up. But I would have these terrible pains, terrible pains. And I would go to my father because he's a doctor, and I'd say, Dad, I got appendicitis. Like, we have got to go to the hospital now. I am dying. And he would say, well, where does it hurt? And I'd point on my belly where it hurt, and he's like, no, that's gas. And I'm like, there is no way something that's not appendicitis could hurt this much. But he was right, because I didn't have appendicitis. Frugal Daddy's had appendicitis, and his mother wouldn't take him to the hospital until she did her hair. And then he almost died, but she looked good.
It burst on the table.
Yeah. Gas can be really painful. But dumpster food, good to go.
Good story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good story.
The other thing we frequently get asked is if we've ever been confronted by store personnel. In my experience, only once. We were at Aldi and one of the store employees came out to have a smoke. And I don't know, I guess she saw us at the dumpster and she came over and told us to leave. And she was not friendly or pleasant about it. She told us to put everything back in the dumpster that we had taken out. We'd pretty much loaded the car already, and Dwayne had something in his hands, so he just chucked that back in. And then we left with our car full of stuff that we'd already gotten. Now, you say that you have been confronted many times by store personnel? Go ahead, tell us about it, honey.
I'll tell you several. CVS, the manager came out. She was just pulling in. One of the hazards actually of going in early, you were asking about times. If you go there when people are arriving for work, they tend to not like you taking their stuff.
Yeah, if you're gonna go early, make sure you go not just before the store opens, but before the first shift of workers gets there.
Yeah, because the manager came over and said, you're not allowed to dump here. I said, oh, I'm not dumping. I would never do that. And I said,
Yeah, they definitely don't want you putting your trash in their dumpster.
right. So, but she didn't want me to take anything out either.
She didn't.
She said, would you please leave? You can be nice to them too.
Well, you should always be nice.
And one time
always be nice and polite.
not too long ago at Aldi, a man came out and took my picture as I was driving away, and I waved. If someone says something, you just move on. That's all.
If they ask you to leave, you always leave right away, because that's when it becomes trespassing, even if it hasn't been posted as, trespassing.
And then I had the policeman who pulled me over.
Yeah.
He didn't mind that I was dumpster diving.
Because it's not against the law.
No.
So in a nutshell, we can't really say what's the best time, what's the best day, because it really depends on which store and your local branch of that store, and it's very individualized to the particular location. We go all times of the day in the broad daylight. Apparently we have been confronted by store personnel more often than I knew, because for me it was just the one time. And we've never, ever gotten sick from dumpster food. We have had painful gas, but not from dumpster food, just from, just gas. Never a problem from dumpster food at all.
Oh my God, was that you?
No.
Flash.
Do you have painful gas? Oh my God. Well, it's not painful now. I'm not gonna breathe. So I hope this was helpful. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.